Hello, Bible study leaders. I wanted to make these videos to just also introduce myself since I know we just haven't had this time to meet together and discuss kind of women's Bible studies and some of these concerns about having the best vetting process. So my goal for this, as I am hopefully explaining well in my email, is just to explain the new vetting process that we want to have for how to best sift through and look through the resources available to us for women's Bible studies. But I want to first introduce myself in case you don't know me. I'm Tirza Burke. My husband Aaron is a pastor at Faith West. I have been at this church since I was 3 years old, and I just first want to express my thankfulness to you, the women's Bible study leaders of Faith Church. I know some of you have been here about as long as I have, and some longer, and some of you are newer to Faith Church. And it's just so clear that you ladies who are doing this, leading these Bible studies, you're sacrificing your time because you really love God and you really believe His word applies to our everyday lives. And it's worth it to sacrifice your time to pour into these ladies out of your true, genuine love for Him, and you wanting to make Faith Church a place where women can be known, and if they want, that they can join these studies and they can grow not only in their knowledge of God's word, but also to understand what it looks like for my everyday life, and to hear from older and wiser women such as yourselves. What does this look like? And to form deeper relationships. So I'm just really thankful for, I just think across my lifetime, how I've seen that played in you ladies. And I just feel my youth in the sense of I'm coming in here, stepping into Janet's position, stepping into Jocelyn's position as she serves her family well by stepping back from this position. And my heart is to continue we want to serve you ladies, and we don't want to make more burdens and more labor to the labor and sacrifice that you already have. So I want to say that as the preface for talking about this vetting process, that this is not something that you have to do, but I want to just explain this and kind of why we're doing this, just so you're aware of it, and to invite you, if you would like to have an input in, just shaping the direction of what are the resources that we want women's Bible study leaders, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. The question has kind of been that we've been hearing for, I would say, more than a year now. We've been hearing from you ladies about kind of the question mark of how do I know what resources are available and how do I find them, and can we just use anything? And again, the goal of this is not that we can't trust you. That is not the goal. The goal is thinking toward shaping the future for the future leaders of Faith Women's Bible Study leaders, to help and allow a better framework for how do we think through these resources. And I want to encourage you, especially if you have been here and leading Bible studies for especially a long time, to encourage you that the goal of this is really thinking toward not you so much as kind of the next generation of women's Bible study leaders who may not have the background and discernment that you may already have. We want to set up hopefully a system that will help filter through resources in a way, again, that's really going to set up kind of the next generation of women's Bible study leaders well. The way I kind of think of you ladies as women's Bible study leaders is kind of like primary physicians, like primary care doctors, that, when I think about a good primary care doctor, they're not someone that has to know everything about everything. I have had a lot of experience with doctors. If you know my son with his special needs, we talked to a lot of doctors, And some of the best doctors are ones that say, you know what, I don't know the answer to that. Let's get you connected to a better resource, a better specialist, someone who really has knowledge in that specialty. And so you ladies are kind of the front lines. And the goal of some of the structures that we've been putting in place in terms of, assigning the Bible study leaders to having a coordinator. Again, it's not so much about we're questioning any of your competency or ability, but more just how can we have a better structure so that you are, and again, not necessarily maybe you literally, but you, the next generation of women's Bible study leaders, have someone to go to if they say, I don't know, I'm not sure how to handle this situation. This came up, I don't know how to handle it. And I hope that you, and I do believe that each of you can just really appreciate how difficult probably the challenges of what has come up in this past year within our church is just puts a really difficult position for Bible study leaders wanting to say, I don't know what is the wise thing. I'm not sure what I should say and what I shouldn't say. And we want to have opportunities so that who does the Bible study leader talk to? Who can they go to get assistance? And again, it's not that I'm necessarily going to have the answer, but I could get connected to our pastors and to others that can get us those answers. So here's what I'm trying to say. Some of the new structure for women's Bible studies and this vetting process, the goal of this is so that you don't feel like you're alone, so that you know, here's who I can talk to when I have questions. I want to make sure I'm doing things the way that Faith Church wants this to happen, and I'm saying things in the way that's going to be most loving and helpful. So the structure is to provide help and assistance to you, the Bible study leaders, when and if you would like to use that as a resource. Okay, I'm going to stop.